Alrighty, it is week 1 of Winter Kisses Sew Along with Deb S, the Pug Mama Quilter. We all grabbed this pattern directly from Flamingo Toes when it was her $5 a month pattern. November? December? Not exactly sure. Maybe the November. Anyways, it is kicking off. Today is Saturday for me. Deb had day 1 yesterday, Friday. I wasn't home to sew, so I'm gonna have to play catch up today. But here's a quick walkthrough. I am using the recommended background that the pattern called for. I did pick up a backing, which is just so pretty. I picked up, let's see, the glare is terrible. I picked up this gray, which is used as the cornerstones, and that first inner border. I picked up a red. It's not the same red, but I did pick up a red, and just in case, I picked up a green. What I'm thinking is I can do one as the border, one as the binding. I did not get the called for binding, so either way, after I'm done, I'll see which color I really want to shine as that border and which one I like as the binding. And then I did get the jelly roll. I do have an unboxing video of this, so I'll go ahead and link. So I will go ahead and one of my favorite tips, I don't know if everybody does this, but I have to because it's insane, the dust. Okay, so I grabbed my handy dandy lint roller, fresh lint paper on there. On one that has plastic like this, I barely pop that open. I run that through. So what's funny is at work when we get new fabric in and I go to open and unload and label and price and all that fun stuff, you can tell because my shirt that day is full of all these lint guys. So once that side is done, I'll flip over. And this is just a fun little tip or trick. I mean, I don't know. Do you do this already? Let me know in the comments. Is this the first time you've seen this and you're like, what? Do you have a different method? Right? Is there something else that people do to get this lint off of here? And it's because when they go to run it through their manufacturing machines, right? It's sawing through all these layers and it's pinking those edges. And it's just, yeah. Fuzzball lint central. So we will go ahead. This is called Mistletoe and Holly. It is a Beverly McCall. How do I say that? I'm going to butcher it, so I'm just not going to try to say it. Flamingo Toes, how about that? That's her business name. So this is her jelly roll that she used for the pattern, and it will be the jelly roll that I use. We'll go through here real quickly because these are going to be pretty. As you notice on the pattern, there's red focus blocks and green focus blocks. Some of these are doubled, some of them are not. That is that darker evergreen. This is more of a, I don't know, is that more of like a pine? I wonder where these come into play. Do these even get used? That's going to be interesting. If I have enough extra, like, right, if these blues here aren't used, maybe they could be a scrappy binding. Not sure. Might have to come up with another game plan. So now we're getting into some pinks. I think those are the same. No. If they are, he's got bells on them. And pine. I don't think it's the same, because this one has no bells and no pine. So I will go ahead today. I will read through the pattern. I will separate the reds if I need to, the greens. If it calls for me to go ahead and bulk cut the background, I will. I'll have to read it, because you never know. Everyone writes their patterns differently. This is a really pretty large print. Oh, and this one's novelty. Do you see it? The mittens, and is that a cat? And the sleigh and the ornaments. That is a really fun one. I didn't notice that in green. Is that it right there? It is. Oh, how fun. This plaid is to die for. I absolutely love this. I like it in red. I'm even digging it in that green over there. Here is that novelty in gray. So I am wondering if we bought the yardage of gray for these cornerstones and this first inner border. I'm wondering if, and by the looks of it, yes, these extra gray jelly roll pieces are actually being used here, right here again. So these fun little gray ones might come into play. And there is 3 of those. Well, 2 of this, and 1 of this guy. So I am going to follow suit with Deb's Sew Along and with the pattern and focus on the first set of blocks, which is going to be 6 of the red. I am going to try my hardest to keep the prints the same way she did them in the pattern. And so it looks like multiple of the strips are used. So I'm only able to pull out the first 3. I'll get those cut, figure out which prints are doubled up. But you'll see here that it's taking a red, a pink, a white, and a gray. The pattern is calling these 2 low volumes. So red, white, not pink, but low volume, right? So that one's going to read more red. That one's going to read more green. And a gray, and then back to it. Red, pink, white, and gray. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. Well, completely scratch what I just said. I was focusing too hard on trying to make it match without reading the math first. And for example, A only needs 12 of, and I can get all 12 out of the same white low volume. So I am going to do that instead, with maybe the end result having more complete jelly roll strips left. I'm not sure. Or maybe having just a little bit more control in the scrappiness. So we will see how that works out. So yeah, not exactly sure how this is going to be by altering that slightly, but we should be okay. So after evaluating the low volume situation, I was able to control it to whites and pinks. I'm very happy with that. I had to add 2 2.5-inch squares for my stash, and it'll just be a game that you'll have to find them once the quilt is complete. I'm going to do the same thing with the gray. I'm going to try my best to control it that I can keep it to these instead of doing one in each block. So these are now going to be D. And then these, well, hold on a second. D is a majority of this, one batch of this, which is okay when I go to break down those blocks. I know where they're going. E is going to be all made out of these guys. And then it's showing me gray H, but that is the cornerstone fabric that goes with the first border. And so with the reds, we have the inner lighter red, we have the outer darker red. There is a total of 6 blocks in red. So these inners, I'm going to sit here and focus. I'm going to get 2 out of each. What I did was I went with the jelly roll strips that only had 1 of each. So 1, which will give me 2 inner stars, 2, and 3. And those are going to be considered my light reds. I am unsure at this moment if that matches the front of her pattern, but for my sanity, for my brain, for my way of thinking, if I, took the single one, got those pieces out of it, it just makes more sense to me. So all the pieces are cut for all the red blocks. You'll see them pictured here. That is my video for week 1. Next week on Friday, I will be live with Deb S, the Pug Mama Quilter. We'd love to have you join us.